Move them north of our position to avoid a ricochet and have them go to the area. Over 2-1. And to get you to pop smoke and to your south. And then give me a direction about 200 meters back to call signs. We'll go in.
Kandahar, Afghanistan. 6 years into Canada's war, the strategy on the ground is now to create small bases, islands of stability and order manned by a few dozen Canadians and their Afghan allies. Stuck out in eastern Peshawar, Haji Beach is one of those bases. Haji is a small base, and the soldiers live right on top of each other. They search nearby compounds for signs of the enemy.
It's like the Greater Vancouver Zoo, just without the tigers.
They have a plastic AK?
Yeah, it's a toy. It had C9 rounds wrapped around it. The rounds had all been fired. Looks like maybe the kid picked up all the brass and relinked it.
They patrol relentlessly, trying to get a read on the local situation, to meet the local farmers and make friends with local kids.
Oh, Adam, I might be telling you the obvious, but if there's any gunfire or an explosion or anything like that, I want you to go to the ground right away.
Sure.
Okay?
Good idea.
As soon as we determine what it is, then we can jump up and take pictures.
All right, be advised we have one male with 3 children in a wheelbarrow. They're going to be pushing through. They're going to work on a water pump out in the field. What's the name of the Khan that owns these fields?
Does he see Haji around down here much?
There's no school to send my kids to.
Captain Bob Barker spreads the Canadian message through an Afghan interpreter.
Help the people of Afghanistan and to bring that security. So if they have problems like that, come and talk to us so we can then come and help them.
The locals are often nervous. Many seem to want to help, but they fear Taliban reprisal.
So when we come here, if we need to see him for guidance on
The Canadians try to convince the locals that they mean no harm and that they only want to make life safer and better for the Afghans. The area around Haji is largely deserted, and it won't come back to life until the road is opened. And that can't happen until the Canadians can find a way to stop the bombers.
Yep.
There was a school, but it is gone. It's damaged.
Terrible. Can we move in?
Captain, is there any chance to clear up the road for these guys?
Very bad bombs, strong bombs. Yeah. Nobody can resist that.
The soldiers seek information
We're doing what we
on
can to
who
clear
is
it.
planting the
What we
bombs.
need is help from them, right? Because they, even if they don't know exactly where the IEDs are, they have areas that they feel like they're not scared about the whole route, right? There's specific areas they're scared about. We need to know those so that we can then go in and look for the IEDs in those locations, right? We need.
Despite the soldiers' efforts, progress is hard to measure. The enemy remains hidden, choosing when and how to engage. The villagers just seem to want to get on with their lives.
Are the children able to go to school?
Yeah, مكتب خلصت مكتبكم بند مكتبكم ومكتبات سوسراتيات مكتب وس بندي مكتبنا خلص ده طالبان صوت نبي ده مكتب
Taliban don't let him.
بندي.
The Taliban won't let him go to school.
Huh?
There's Taliban that won't let him go to school.
Taliban تريجي دي سبب كويس.
وين طالبان
Last year, a few months back, they had the towers here. They had the checkpoints over here, and they were not from our village. They were strangers. They teased us a lot. where are you going? This is not your water, this is not your land. Stay in home. These kids don't go to school.
When they came to set up these checkpoints, where did they come from? Did they come from the south, the north, the east, the west?
دغه خلک پروس کال چې دلته راغلي وو دا کوم کاری نه راغلي وو. It's not a clear village that they came from. They get together from various parts, even from Pakistan.
Yeah, but when they're approaching this village, do they come in along this road here? Do they come up from somewhere in the south? Which way do they come to the village from?
They used to come from many routes. They use many routes, I mean, individually, and they get together somewhere. So I cannot give a correct answer. They have come from that position.
Explain that we want good things to happen and that we are not an occupying force. We want Afghans for Afghans. And as soon as we get schools and clinics and things like that, then Canada has no interest in being here.
He's saying that your presence is a lucky thing for us, but unfortunately there are some people in here that don't like your presence here, and we are in the middle. We are in the middle. We are fucked up in the middle. If they do any fishy thing around the plane, we will face the bomb.
دا راغلی هغه نیم کورونه نسته دا وطن مو داس خالي دی
With no enemies seen, the soldiers head back to Haji Beach, where the bad guys were waiting.
Who's in contact? Did they get hit with anything? Nope. We got one round outbound on a tank. Get your guys up. 5 minutes notice to move.
A Canadian convoy traveling along the river is attacked by IEDs, RPGs, and machine guns.
And you got guys hiding behind the wall there in the northwest?
There's a bunch of people around there. I don't know if they're just peeking over looking or...
Well, I see some guys hiding behind the wall.
As the battle continues, the men of Haji try to spot the hidden enemy.
At the end of the compound, you see a guy at the end of the wall?
Yep. Dark man, Jammies, white.
Continue left from him.
Yep.
There's another guy...
Captain Troy Lifeso directs the battle.
I remember we need security on the south side as well. So alternate your turrets to make sure that we've got all-round defense. Out. Negative at this time. Do you have a visual on the 2-1 Alpha, and they have a visual on the ANA pushing from the west? And they are currently in center area 208.
The two shepherds right up.
You see the smoke in the tree line? Yeah, that's right.
They're pushing around to the northeast of the compound. Charlie 1, this is 2-9er. Hatches down, out.
RPG rounds airburst over the Canadians.
From our northeast. So we're going to continue sweeping through. At that time, the A1S pull in tight behind their escort vehicles, and we will make best possible speed to escort you down into a Haji.
The American helicopters fire rocket after rocket at the insurgents. A French fighter jet drops a series of 500-pound bombs on the village. The insurgents stop firing. The all-day battle is over.